stop doing commissions. Now, I know that's a pretty bold statement, but I don't personally do commissions, and I don't recommend most artists taking the commission or client route either. To be honest, I used to do commissions, so this advice comes from experience, but I totally changed my outlook on making money with my art a few years back, and it's helped me grow my art business tremendously, and that, my friends, is the topic of today's video. So, why don't I like commissions? Well, there's a couple of reasons, and the first is that the process of commissions is just super time consuming. It takes time just to get the commission to begin with. Client work really does require you to have a following online. You need that social media presence. It's going to rely on you getting your work out there for people to see and then of course respond and want to hire you. So that's part of it. And then once you book a commission, in most cases, you're going to have to get a brief from the client on what they want, what they expect. This can range from collecting mood boards to references, establishing the right feel and aesthetic, getting a color palette, etc. And that, of course, is all before you actually even start drawing anything. So next up usually requires the concept sketch stage, where you send off pages of concept art just to make sure you're on the same page with the client, which that's usually going to lead to some back and forth with the client as well. Now, unless you're working with someone who just trusts your every single artistic instinct and gives you free reign over the commission, most clients, they're going to ask for revisions, and sometimes they're going to ask for a lot of revisions. Even if they signed off on the concept sketches during that stage and everything seemed good to go, revision requests are still going to be a thing. Problem here is that clients, they usually hire you because they aren't artists themselves, which means they don't really understand the process of what it takes for you to create what you create. They don't realize what they consider is maybe a simple fix. So let's say something as simple as changing a character's clothes, or let's say you have two characters in a scene and changing the stance and the interaction between those two characters. They don't realize that oftentimes that can mean having to redraw the entire piece from scratch. Even if you have safeguards in your contract to make sure you get paid extra for major revisions like this, which you should have those safeguards in there. Even if you do, it still takes time. It can put you behind schedule on other commissions if you have those lined up. And to be honest, once it happens again and again and again with client after client after client, it really starts to give you burnout. And once you're done with the commission, of course, the whole process starts over again. And if you want to make this a full-time job, if you want to make a career out of this, it's going to be a never-ending cycle. Plus, this isn't like working for a company where you might have that feeling of job security. There might be times where that client well runs dry. You're wondering where the next commission's coming from. You're wondering where that next paycheck's coming from. And over time, that can definitely put some stress on your finances, and it's going to take a toll on your mental health as well. So the second and most important reason why I don't like commissions can be explained by the question that I always pose to artists when this topic comes up in conversation, explaining why I think commissions are a waste of time. And that question is, why spend the time to create something for someone once, get paid for it once, when you can create something for yourself and you can sell it over and over and over again? Why not make an asset that you own that you can then use to bring in money repeatedly over and over, not just that single time? For me, my main focus is creating digital assets. So designs that I can sell on t-shirts through print-on-demand platforms like Merch by Amazon. I've talked about on my channel before making designs that can be turned into coloring books, once again, using Amazon and their Kindle Direct Publishing website. I also do clip art packs, once again, something that can be made and resold over and over again. Those are digital downloads that I can sell in places like Etsy and Gumroad. And then of course, my custom Procreate brushes that are, once again, digital downloads that I can sell on those same sites. Another cool thing here is being able to scale your designs, which basically means reusing your designs that you've made in order to sell to different types of customers. So here, not only are you making a design that you can sell over and over and over again, You're creating a design that you can then sell over and over and over again to multiple shoppers, bringing in multiple ways of making revenue with that single design. So I did a video a few years ago about this, so I'm not gonna go into detail here, but I will leave a link in the description below for that video if you wanna check it out and learn more about scaling your designs. The other great thing with this is it doesn't require you to have a huge social media presence. So like we talked about with commissions, you need people to see your work to hire you if you go that route. You need to have that following, that social media presence. Once again, referring back to a previous video that I did, if you use this approach, creating designs for a particular shopper or a customer of mine, that's gonna have much more importance than having a big following online. I'll also link down to 2 previous videos in the description where I talk more about this, but doing niche research and designing around the interests of a specific customer, that can lead to a lot more sales compared to how many followers you have on Instagram. I've talked about it before, but for me personally, my top 3 selling coloring books on Amazon, they don't even have my name attached to them. I created a brand name that's targeted at the niche that they're in, and those 3 books outsell my official BJ Dell coloring book for my YouTube channel every single month. This truly is the basic work smarter, not harder approach. And like I said, commissions can be hard work. In comparison though, this approach to creating money with your art, it's all passive. So once you've made those assets, you've got them listed and you start seeing sales, to be honest, you can make money while you sleep. You can make money while you're creating new art. Let's say you bought a shed last year that's just been sitting in your grass in your backyard and you want to till around it, you want to lay some pavers, some stone, do some planting. Those 3 days when you aren't drawing and are doing that instead, yep, you guessed it, you still got money coming in. It really does give you some personal freedom. You're not killing yourself trying to meet deadlines for commissions. You're not looking for new commissions, and it provides the ability to manage your time more effectively and efficiently. And take it from me, it's a good feeling. So that's my advice for the day. Stop doing commissions. Also, let me know down in the comments, do you guys do commissions? If so, what's your experience? Do you have any horror stories that you can share with the class? Likewise, if any of you have taken the route that I have, let me know down in the comments how it's working out. Do you have any tips that you can share with viewers or the community? I'm sure they'd love to hear, so feel free to comment below. As always, appreciate you guys watching. You know the drill, like, subscribe, hit the bell, blah, blah, blah. As for me, I can be found online, bjdell.com, as well as on Instagram and Twitter @bjdell. So until next time, keep creating.